What's up with it, everybody? Welcome back to Lowriders Lloyd, Episode 8 with my boy Big Mitch out of Peerless Car Club. I wanted to bring him on, man. We've talked many times on social media. I've tried to give him as much advice as I can. This man's been putting out a lot of work in the streets, trying to get his car ready. So we didn't actually have his car, but we're going to have some pictures to install into the video so you guys can take a peek and see what he's got going on. It's the man right here.
What's going on, Lloyd?
Oh, shit, not a damn thing. So what got you into lowriding?
You know, ironically, man, my mom took me to my first show when I was 5 years old. I went to the 91 Super Show at the no longer in existence LA Sports Arena. And I was immediately hooked, man, from the music, presentation of masculinity. I just looked at all the older guys like, man, this is what I want to be. This is what I want to aspire to.
Yeah.
It was, it blew my mind.
Yeah. Any guys out here in these streets that you look up to, that kind of like your go-to role models here in lowriding?
Absolutely, man. All of the cars coming out of Southside.
Oh yeah.
You know,
come on.
I mean,
those guys don't miss anything.
Bar none.
Big shout out to Southside. They make some beautiful cars,
Amazing.
bro. Those guys do, and they stay on the streets with them too.
Absolutely. Tina from Supernaturals.
Oh, that's my girl. She did my boy Jay's car with the curly hair, the orange caddy.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's banging like that.
Yeah. Chris Mills.
Oh, shout out Big Chris. Hey, sorry everybody. Everybody always gives me credits for the motherfucking antenna lights. That's Big Chris. I asked him about it. He didn't give me the game. I actually traded my 58 and a car came with them on there that I got from a guy out of Street Style. And I can't remember his name, something Hernandez. Shout out to Big Chris. It was Chris's idea, not mine. Don't be giving me credit for his shit.
You know, and I'm not just saying that because I'm here. Every time I've interacted with you on social media, you never hesitated to give me game and point me in the right direction.
I appreciate that.
No, 1,000, man. Anybody who is positively pushing this culture forward is somebody that I've not only looked up to, but aspire to break bread with.
Right.
You know?
No, I appreciate that. Man, I'm like that, though. I don't care who you are or where you're from, man. If you hit me up, I try to get back to every single person's DM. Sometimes it gets out of control, but I'm not like one of those people that are going to answer you. And if I got the game, where to get the cheap gold, where to get the chrome, all that other stuff, or where to find parts, I definitely feel free to hit me up on that, because I know what it's like not being able to find anything and reaching out to all these different shops, and then you go to the wrong person and get burned and all that stuff. It's happened to me many a time, so I try to avoid that.
Hard time hustling.
Man, come on, I'll buy you one if that's the case. Straight up, I'll buy them a new mattress right now if they're gonna sleep on that motherfucker. I feel like telling them that. You can get a $300 one on me. Don't sleep on that shit. So anyway, sorry about that. Like I told you, we always out here shooting raw in the live, and some neighbors were just carrying, it looked like what to be a murder scene to me, mattress. But I don't know, you know, that's how it goes. This guy isn't from my club. I'm not trying to just do my club, you guys. I want everybody. If you're interested in being on the podcast, I'd love to have you. Everybody. I mean, come on in. Tell your side of the story, because everybody has a cool story to tell. So what was your first car?
My first car was a 1983 El Camino. I was a high school student. I was working at Vons.
Yeah.
And it was the best that I could do. But because it was my first introduction into G-Rides,
yeah,
it was everything to me.
Absolutely.
You know, this was when 20-inch IROCs were the thing to do.
Oh yeah, that was, I know it.
So it was a two-tone 83 Elco. From there, I ended up getting another 80 El Camino. And from there, I got a 87 LS Monte Carlo.
Okay.
And then SS Monte Carlo, and I've just been stair-stepping my way up to where I am now.
Yeah. So that's what it is. I mean, that basically me too, man. I used to drive 4 doors. I had a car that was cut. You'd open the trunk. There was no trunk in there. You could see the setup where they welded it to the frame. You know what I mean? Like it. The days weren't always bright and shiny like you see here. You know, a lot of people think, oh man, he's got it all. Trust me, there's been many a days I didn't have shit. I even have the story of one time I went to a buy here, pay here. There was when they first added trackers on it. I drove that bitch to Mexico and back to buy a bunch of pills, and drove back. They repoed that motherfucker from me, and I was carless for like 6 months.
Damn.
Like you know what, man? For the first time in a long time, first time in I think ever, I told myself I was proud of myself. And you know what made me think about it? Somebody posted that picture of that 1-bedroom apartment with the air mattress and the TV. Man, I've done it over a dozen times. Every time I got locked up, I get out and start over, and that shit made me feel good, man. I got my wife and kids, and I can honestly take a break from my moment. It feels weird for me to say that because I'm never ever proud of myself, but
you're doing well for yourself. It's okay to be grateful.
Yeah, I felt grateful. I'm not gonna lie, and I haven't allowed myself to ever really feel that since, you know, because people don't see it, man. I stay hustling, bro. I'm picking up pennies if I see them in the street. I don't care if I have $10,000 in my pocket. If I see change, bro, I'm picking it up. Everything counts. I save all that change for my kids every year and just put it into a savings account for fun, you know? It's just, I love it. What do you like about low riding?
Man, what don't I like about low riding?
How's the community been towards you and
you
stuff
know what?
like
So
that?
it's funny that you asked that. Everybody who is a heavy hitter in this game, ironically, has been very quick to give me good game.
Yeah.
From you to the Fuentes brothers to Big Chris to Tina. I don't want to butcher his name, but he's out of high class. Not Speedy, but somebody else from that club. I think Mendoza's his last name.
Oh, okay.
But anybody I've reached out to who has nothing to prove has had no hesitation directing me where I need to go and helping me get what I'm trying to get. It's the cats who feel like they have something to prove that have, you know, met my questions with, you know, trying to poo-poo me off.
Yeah,
you know
That's happened to me. It happened to me when I was younger all the time. I made the mistake in asking, what's the big deal about Felix the Cat? Bro, I was roasted on Lay It Low for like 2 years straight.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Do you know what the big deal is about Felix the Cat, Felix Chevrolet?
The Chevrolet dealership in downtown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know why they all praise that place?
Why?
So back in the day, Chevrolet blacks and Mexicans would go into the Chevrolet dealerships and they would brush them off, treat them like, you know, man, and serve all the white people. Well, Felix Chevrolet is known for selling more Chevrolets to minorities. That's why everybody backs them. That's all they had to tell me. That's a dope ass story. How was I supposed to know? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So there's a little bit more to it, but that's basically the rundown, and that makes me have so much more respect for them because I've never been one. I don't judge your race. I don't judge your religion, political views. None of that matters. When you show up in a lowrider, we're brothers.
Man.
You know what I mean? To me,
so
not everybody looks at me that way, but I look
1000.
at them like, yeah, we're brothers, and they're like, fuck you. I'm like, oh.
But
Maybe we're not. I like your car though.
Yeah. But to double back to what you first asked me about what I like about lowriding is it takes a lot to authentically pull off what a lowrider is, right?
Absolutely.
And if you can authentically exude that cool, you know, that to me is something, like I said, when I was 5 years old, I aspired to. Anybody can buy a brand new Bentley, a brand new Ferrari, and all that says about you is you have the money to do so. But not everybody can.
Some of the motherfuckers are renting them.
1,000. And not everybody can pull off what it takes to successfully whip a low.
No, for sure.
You know?
Absolutely. You know, some of my favorites of the game, I like Gangster.
Oh, absolutely.
He's one of the realest ones. I love kicking it with him, chopping it up with him. I've had him on my original podcast, and just nothing but respect for that dude, man, and fucking what he's been through and what he's done for the game. Also, my favorite low rider car is Tweet's Green 6.4.
Yeah.
I would take that car over any lowrider in the entire world.
That's a hard top.
Yes, it's a hard top. There's something about that car. I don't know if he just makes that motherfucker look so good or what. We're not even that close. I don't see him a lot. You know what I mean? I wave to him when I'm out and all that. But man, that motherfucker is the best. Yeah.
He's tight. I personally,
like style-wise, Tweet got it.
I like it personally, and I don't know if it's, you know, Big Chris's setup, but I like the way.
Chris?
Yeah,
he swings that thing.
He swings that thing. It's like
equally.
an automotive romance, slow dance. You know, it's like it's poetry in motion.
Oh yeah, I walked up and I saw Tweet's Green 64 go around, and I seen him rock that motherfucker. So I'm like, damn! It drew my attention immediately, and then I saw the green with the light green interior. Oh man, I fell in love, but I couldn't see who was driving it, so I like cut him off, walking back to where he was coming into the park. That fool got out of the car, popped the door, and lit that bitch up, and then his homeboy came over and he straight let his homeboy get on his switch. Like, I mean, he must have been a good one, and he let that fool hit that motherfucker a few times. It was like one of the coldest player scene ever, and I wanted that car to be me, and I wanted that situation. I wanted to be, you know, like aspired to. I don't know. There's something about that moment that it caught me in that car. Just He probably would sell it for a lot of money, I'm sure. I ain't trying to buy it for a lot of money or anything like that.
You
But
could build one.
oh yeah, nah, not like his. That motherfucker's got a secret recipe. I got a secret recipe too, but for some reason I feel like his is a little better because he can swing that seesaw. When mine's like, there's something about it. Like I got the back just like it, but something I think I've got too hard of springs or maybe too much spring in the front because I don't know whatever his secret setup is. I'm not quite getting that whole.
And he's doing that with shocks too.
Does he have shocks?
I think he has shocks on that.
Yeah, they build some nice cars. I don't know really who does their stuff.
I don't know. I can't comment.
Yeah, me neither.
Red and black 60 that you spoke to, that's Mustard, DJ Mustard's car.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he hit me up. He was trying to get the yellow one for a while, which would have been a perfect car for him, but we weren't meeting. Our prices weren't talking right, you know?
Like
I was like, nah, this car makes too much money. I can get that in a year and a half of working it, you know what I mean? So fuck it, I'll just keep it. But the reason I did the giveaway because I thought, man, I have one thing in the world that nobody else in the world has. You know what I mean? A lowrider that's related to Tupac. You can get it straight from Suge Knight's mouth telling you that Pac got it after the thing and it was going to be his car. But he passed shortly after. Rest in peace, Pac. But I keep riding it out. I try to mess with all of his people and keep showing, you know what I mean? And then there's a new Death Row series coming out. This car is going to be a huge part of all the trailers, the commercials, and all that stuff. So things are going to get going crazy here real soon. So what are you building now?
64 Sport Coupe convertible.
Okay, nice. Hell yeah. And what's your plans for it?
Complete show build.
Yeah.
Complete show build for the streets.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can respect the artistry behind some of the builds that are trailer queens. But
right.
I'm of the school where if you don't drive it, what's the point?
Me too. I feel like that. Your life is gonna flash before you, and then what you're gonna be remembered for.
Yeah, it's like taking a picture of somebody dancing.
Yeah.
You know, get out there and do it.
Exactly. Ain't nobody pay attention to the people in the background. To me, man, I think you should drive your shit. I don't care how much money you put into it. If it's drivable, you should dip it, man.
Absolutely.
That's the feeling of it. That guy Breaking Bad, look at his car. He drives it every once in a while.
Does he drive it?
Yes, he will put that car on the road, man. Shout out to Breaking Bad. That dude ain't playing. He's got one of the sickest car. And bro, that dude has, you could look at his car, no bullshit, for hours and not see everything.
Right.
The details are, I mean, he's the first person I ever saw. I'm not sure if he is the first person, but he's the first person I ever saw with welded on bumper brackets.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're not bolted on no more. He had the most seamless weld and all chromed out, man. Dude, that guy is...
I've seen it before and it's crazy. He has full on like realistic murals in the smallest place in that car. It's crazy.
Oh, you should see his dash. He was so... I don't want to give it away if he hasn't released it yet, but he's got some secrets coming for his dash that are just... I can't... I'm like, bro, I thought I was a man in detail. Your mind's a different fucking level, bro. Detail, you're like Einstein level, straight up. Shout out to you, fool. Anyways, but so what's your thing about you live in what area?
I live in LA.
Oh, you live in LA?
So out of LA.
What streets when you do ride? Like what areas do you know about?
Broadway, the Compton DMV.
Yeah.
Crenshaw when it turns up. Hollywood.
You got to get that player punch. You ever get the player punch right there at Earl's?
No, I haven't.
I'll go in there. It's the sweetest, the most delicious lemonade, Kool-Aid you ever had in your life.
Is it?
Oh, bro, I get it by a gallon and bring the shit home.
Okay.
It's good. I pour it on ice with a little drink.
Yeah. Okay.
But, you know what I mean? But the drink is delicious.
Okay.
Broadway, man, I miss Broadway.
So I see now. I'm old enough to know when the old Broadway.
Yeah.
You know when it was cracking closer south.
Right.
You know, so that was fun. And then it made its way down to downtown.
Yeah.
That was cracking for a little bit, but that got shut down.
Yeah.
So
I loved it. I thought that was one of my favorite places to go. We had a really good thing going on over here at Rosie's Dog Beach for like 6 years, me and my club. And then I just kind of faded out. The police started showing up and being like, "Hey man, where's Long Beach Lloyd at?" And then one time the first time they came up to me, I'm like, "Nah, I don't know that fool." They're like, "You're him. They said you had a yellow car ponytail. Like you're the only one out here." I'm like, "All right, what do you want?" And they're like, "Yeah, man, you got to tell them keep it down, and you got to make sure there's no trash, and if anything bad happens, you're responsible." I'm like, well, first off, I can't tell none of these guys, hey, keep your radio down, because they don't even listen to me. I'm not the leader of everyone out here. My club, we can listen, but as far as everybody else, and then I don't know these guys enough I can't keep them in line, you know what I mean? I don't know how to, so I didn't want that responsibility. And then one night a policeman came, or one day I was out here and a policeman pulled up and I was smoking weed and cleaning my car, just doing my thing, and he started talking to me about the stuff going on at the beach and stuff, and I was like, man, look, this is my car club, we clean the beach, blah blah blah. I think there had been like a little shooting or something like that, and anyhow, I didn't want any part of that. After that, I was like, you know what, I don't really want to throw anything with my car club name on the flyer because I don't want them to come ask for me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have anything against them. I don't want anything to do with them. That's the problem. You know, you guys stay over there and then we'll stay over here. And the last one, I was in the park and I was hitting a switch, and there was a lady with a kid in her stroller over there between the cars watching, like all everyone does. The kids love it. That's why we do what we do. She put on so the kids can get excited, because a kid's cheering and screaming like they're at Disney when you're hitting the switch. The adults are either just mean mugging or they're like, you know, giving you the props. But the kids, man, they love it. But right when I pulled up, this cop, he started screaming in my face, bro. Like, he's my, like, first off, I wouldn't even let my dad yell at me like this, but this dude's screaming so much that he's misting spit. I told him, man, fuck you. I swear to God. My boy Ray was like, yo, Lloyd, no. I was like, nah, man, don't talk to me like that. I said, you're not my authority, bro. Like, fuck, what you gonna do? Write a ticket? Go ahead, but don't talk to me like that, you know? And he was talking to me not like a police officer, like some fool that had beef with me, screaming at me, you could kill a kid. I was like, man, I saw the kid, bro. We're out here putting on, this is what we do, you know? And he told me, man, leave. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, leave? This is my beach. I'm not going nowhere. You know what I mean? I pay taxes. I have a house right up the street. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I didn't leave either. It fucking pissed me off. I stayed there for a while, you know what I mean? Just because it was so irritating. But I don't like those type of confrontations. I don't want that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it could totally escalate to something absolutely unnecessary. Oh, matter of fact, shout out to the homie. Thank you for my t-shirt. I really like it. You guys hit him up.
Stay dipping.
This is his Instagram. Stay dipping. He shot me this shirt today. It's super thick. Sorry I'm getting ashes on it. Black shirts are usually best for me. I never last with white shoes and white shirts, but it is what it is. But anyway, shout out to you, man. I appreciate it. And the shirt's dope. I really do like it. So I'm not trying to break the, you know, what is it called? The mold of what they expect of lowriders, but I'm just me. I can't be anything else, you know. I feel like I have more respect for somebody that's themselves. I don't care. You could be a lowrider that with your fucking tape between your eyes and your pencil pocket and all the way up to the gold teeth, the gangsters fool I ever saw in my life. I have the same respect for you just because you're into lowriding. You know what I mean? I don't think that I don't think you should try to fit in. I think people should get more respect for just being themselves, you know?
100%.
It's kind of hard in this life, in this game, because people expect a certain thing from you, but, you know, I want to break those stereotypes.
Yeah, and you're doing that.
I'm trying.
And I think that's why people gravitate towards you, because they can relate to your duality.
Man, I try to be cool to everybody. It's crazy. I'm getting in all this stuff with different people, fights and stuff, and I'm like, bro, I don't know you guys enough to be fighting with you. I don't know of your existence. We have to, like, interact a little bit before we can decide we hate each other, you know what I mean? But how about we approach each other in a way of let's make some money together, because I'm not really into beefing with people.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. I got kids and I'm back and forth. I'm like running and squeezing in dinners with my family and my flight class and doing this stuff. So, you know, I'm just trying to live my life and help others live their best life. I mean, that's why I've always been free to give game. I mean, you can ask me anything. I mean, there used to be a joke back in the day. They say if you join POP, you automatically got rich. It wasn't like that. I just taught them how to flip cars. I introduced them to the plug, you know what I mean? And then let it go from there, because I don't really find joy in making money off of my friends. There's plenty of other people to make money off of, you know?
You want to invest in social capital.
Exactly. They say your network is your net worth, and that's absolutely true. My networking game is very strong.
Yeah.
It is, man. You meet a lot of people. And it's cool because I think a lot of people think, oh man, he just wants to put Plateau Plum on there. It's not like that. Those are just my boys. They're in my car club. They're accessible.
Yeah.
So when you hit me up and commented, I'm like, well, what's up? You want to come on? Anyone's welcome. Everyone has a story to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So is there anything else that you want to, like, tell them how to get a hold of you on your social media? Give yourself a plug, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really easy to get a hold of when it comes to social media. At Peerless Car Club. We're on Instagram. That's the only social media platform that we're on right now. Hit us up, you know, if you think you have what it takes to rep the name and rep the mindset. I'm more than happy to vet you. We're more than happy to vet you and see if you have what it takes to be a part of the program.
Absolutely.
You were talking a few minutes ago about surfing.
Yeah.
And that being sort of unexpected as a lowrider.
Right.
And that was something that drew me to you, because when I saw that on your page, I thought, damn, I don't think I know any other lowrider other than myself who surfs.
Yeah, no, that's tight.
And so I got into surfing late in life. Nobody was gonna buy me a $700 brand new surfboard when I was a kid.
Right, no, absolutely.
And so one day it dawned on me, you know what, as much as I do on Craigslist, I bet somebody sells surfboards on here. And I got me a $100 surfboard.
Yeah.
And from there I was able to take it to, trips to Nicaragua surfing, Costa Rica.
That's why I used to live in Costa Rica, in a house there. Did you skate first?
I did skate, yeah.
Okay, because you in that barrel, you look like you took to it really nice. Your regular foot, huh?
Goofy.
Goofy. I'm goofy foot too.
Already,
Yeah, hell
that's
yeah,
what
already,
it is.
baby. I love them lefts.
Yeah, absolutely.
If ever you catch me in a right barrel, I'm like pitch. Like I'm down like this, just trying to hang in there. Yeah, oh yeah. Almost all. If you go down my Instagram, way down there, you see my whole Costa Rica life. My wife and I went out there and bought a house, lived there for 2 years. Had a Cotamundi as a pet. I got barreled every morning.
I love it.
Oh, dude. Oh, it's so sick. I think about going back there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right outside of Jaco.
Jaco.
Right outside of Jaco.
Yeah.
When I first went there a long time ago, I was surfing and I was like, hey, bro, does it barrel here? He's like, nah, not unless there's a storm. He's like, there's barrels around the corner. I'm like, what do you mean around the corner? And he's like, go to Playa Hermosa. I went there early in the morning, dude, and when I got to the beach, I heard it going boom, 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 boom.
I love that.
And shaking the beach, I was like, it was still dark. I was like, damn, I could kind of see. Bro, I paddled out and got one of the best barrels of my life, and then almost drowned.
Yeah.
I took the first wave, got 5. They're heavy there too.
They
Seriously, almost drowned. Got to the beach, took a break, went and ate breakfast, dude. And as the sun came up, I watched it barreling, and I was kind of like learning the spots. Went out and got barreled all day long, dude.
Man.
Sick floaters where I was just like, I thought I'd break my board coming off the top.
Yeah.
It was just unbelievable. I never had gotten an experience like that. So I fell in love.
Right.
And it almost drowned me there.
Yeah.
And I had never been like that heavy before,
Right.
So I was like, this is it.
I had that experience in Puerto Escondido in Mexico.
Oh, okay, I never surfed there.
Man.
Dude, that looks heavy sometimes. My boy Brad Domke, the skimmer?
skimboard,
That's my boy, man.
Okay.
He's out there. You saw that he shredded that big
on the
wave.
skimboard, yeah.
He's like legendary. Dude, that dude's an alien.
Yeah, he is.
He is a freak of nature. The ocean loves that boy. It could be flat. Domke shows up, and all of a sudden barrels will start pitching, man. The dude's fucking humble, cool as shit. I've hung out with him many times. Shout out Brad Domke. We ain't talked in a while, but shout out. Yeah, so that's dope you surf. We got to go get some barrels together.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
I haven't surfed since I found out about my daughter because I was broke.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I just turned on straight hustle.
Yeah.
I think I've went out once or twice with a couple friends, but it needs to be like 3-4 foot. I can't
minimum.
be 6 foot, anything more. I'm not in shape anymore. I need a couple weeks to get back into it.
Power's going down?
Yeah, but you got to come check out that paragliding I'm doing.
I'm down.
Bro, it is so sick. I had a flight yesterday that was a little bit over an hour. Just cruising the thermals. You catch the thermals.
So is that what it is? Yeah.
So a thermal is basically, you ever looked at a hot road and where it looks like the sizzle of almost like a ghost look of sizzle? Yeah. Okay, those are thermals. So down in the desert, those thermals are building all day. Well, what? Heat rises, right? Mm-hmm. They go up the side of the mountain, and when they go up the side of the mountain, they start creating that wind. Mm-hmm. Well, we can soar. If you catch thermals, you can soar thousands and thousands of feet and keep riding them. That's what I'm learning is how to stay in them and ride them. And you can just go up. Some of those guys stay up for hours and hours and hours. Yeah, you could see Catalina yesterday from up there.
Wow.
It was unreal, bro. And it's one of the most magical feelings. So anyways, man, we're gonna end episode 8 here, man. Thank you, homeboy Big Mitch, for coming on, man. Peerless Car Club.
My pleasure, man.
I'm glad to have you. We're gonna see you guys episode 9. Take it easy.
Peace.
Chopping it up.